All right, let's get into another, I guess, record show and tell. I'm not sure what this is about. It's about a lot of things, and those things are wonderful. And the top thing is the band I went and saw last night in fabulous Hamtramck. And I've seen them 2 other times, and that's why I went last night, is because I saw them 2 other times, and they were great. And it was the Escuela Grind. Here's the big giant t-shirt I bought from the merch table with the tour dates. And one of the tour dates on this thing is Fresno, California. All right, let's get into their records. Here's the record I bought from the show. It's called Death Metal. Front, back. It's a 4-song, I guess, EP, autographed by 2 of the band members. The lead singer autographed it Sana Sana, which is a Sana Sana Culita de Rana type thing that people from Mexico would understand. Anyway, what does this thing sound like? Oh, it sounds like death metal. It's not too fast. It's very deathy. They wanted $25 for it, and it was worth $25. It doesn't sound like any of their other stuff. Escuela Grind is just, well, I put up videos of the show last night. I don't need to tell you what they sound like. Anyway, this is kind of a departure for them, because it's kind of slow. And here is the disco. That's what it looks like. Looks like that slime stuff back in the, I guess, 70s. It came in a little garbage can. It was called slime, and you just oozed around with it. It was a toy. Well, anyway, that's what this thing sounds. I mean, that's what this thing sounds like, I guess, and that's what it looks like. Is that little garbage pail full of slime. All right, and here's the lyric sheet. And in the fashion of Kiss, who is playing in the background, and what's playing in the background is Kiss live in Lansing, Michigan, 1974. But anyway, look at this. A merch thing. I was impressed when I saw that. That's cool, where you can order their stuff, and it's not like the Kiss stuff. The Kiss stuff, that had a little thing where you could actually mail them cash. They're not asking for cash here. They're asking for your PayPal. Anyway, this is something I didn't pick up last night. I already had this. This is the inner sleeve lyrics of the Escuela Grind Indoctrination record, but I did buy this from the band on one of the previous times that I went and seen them down in Hamtramck, Michigan. And I had it autographed. But she didn't autograph it Sana Sana this time. She autographed it something else. But anyway, this is more grindcore. It doesn't sound like death metal. It's like grindcore, thrashy metal stuff. All right, here's another Escuela Grind record called Memory Theater. Very elaborate artwork. And I took it with me last night to get it autographed by the band, and so they did. Now, let's see what this record looks like. Oh, it's very green see-through. Anyway, this is grindcore metal, and it's good, but seeing them live, I don't need to tell you about that. You can watch the videos. You can see what they're like live. I went and seen them last night. And they were very friendly with the autographs. No nonsense there. Okay. Speaking of Michigan, Here is a little record from San Francisco, California, but they're singing the song, I Want to Go Back to Michigan. The name of the band is Bob Scooby's Frisco Band. Anyway, the reason why I have this thing is this is the closest thing that I can get to like the full song of I Want to Go Back to Michigan that I saw in a Laurel and Hardy movie, and I can't remember what the name of that movie was. Flying Deuces. I think it was Flying Deuces. No, it wasn't Flying Deuces. It was something else. It was one where Laurel and Hardy went to jail. Maybe it was Pardon Us. Anyway, a guy is singing the Michigan, I want to go back to Michigan, I wish and wish and wish again. Anyway, I had to have a vinyl record of that. So I bought this, and then I ran into a record album of the entire Laurel and Hardy movie where that song is sang. And I bought that, but I didn't bring it out. But I do have it, because I'm a Laurel and Hardy freak. Okay, I'm going to show two records now that won't fit. I guess this could be a vinyl finds. Whatever those are. I haven't wrapped my head around vinyl finds yet. Anyway, two records that can't go in your little cabinets. And my cabinets my cabinets are not like the cabinets that you see on many of the other record show and tell video things. Mine are bought from secondhand stores, and they're kind of cabinets where you'd keep dishes in. They're not made to keep vinyl records in, but they have some artwork to them, some architecture, and they kind of look cool. So as far as like the box thing that everybody has, I don't have that. I have stuff from secondhand stores that I went down there with a tape measure and measured, will this piece of architecture hold, 13 by 13 inch records? And I found a bunch of them. Anyway, here's two records that just won't fit in there, and it's because I'm keeping the posters with the record DOA, Hard Rain Falling. There's a poster with it, so it's just not gonna fit. Another one, Kiss Destroyer. Not gonna fit in there. So these just kind of stay out and about. Okay. Actually, I shouldn't be stacking those on top of each other. I don't want to squish my Escuela grind. Okay. Here's a record, and it's called The Sounds of Medicine. And it's a recording of an operation, and the operation is surgical operation on a small boy with a cyst in his neck. There it is. And there's the inner thing, and the front cover isn't too entertaining, so I took that inner thing and just covered it up. But anyway, if you want to hear what doctors talk about and what they do during an operation, get the Sounds of Medicine record and you'll find out. It's very entertaining, and some points are kind of funny, I guess. Anyway. All right, here is Don Loney, Talks with Teenagers, and this is just a guy who tries to he fakes. He fakes understanding. He fakes being on the same level with teenagers. This thing was, I don't know, probably from the 50s or early 60s. Anyway, this guy is, kind of talking to kids and, letting them know, hey, I know where you're coming from, but this monster is what I would call him. This monster has an agenda, and his agenda is the Christian religion. And he's trying to pull these kids who have barely learned how to keep their balance into something as complicated as a deity. Here's the album. Mona Blea from Visalia, California sent it to me, and when you really listen to this thing and you really listen to his message, he's kind of scary. The last thing teenagers need more of is something out of this world. They need to learn balance, and they need to learn how to drive a car safely. Anyway, let's move on to something completely different. Remember the Atari? Remember the game Yar's Revenge? Well, this is the album to it. And the songs include Atari theme, Fly Yar Warriors, and Yar's Revenge. It's still sealed. My daughter Ashley sent it to me from Bellingham, California. Oh, I'm sorry. Bellingham, Washington. I love throwing California on the end of everything, because California is where the Circle Jerks are from, and that's all there is to it. So it reigns supreme. Anyway, it's an Atari thing. I don't know what this thing sounds like. I can imagine it's not a recording of the audio from the Atari game Yar's Revenge. I wish it was. I really wish it was, but I know it's not. Anyway, let's get into the last of it, and we're going to celebrate the band, the Middle Age Queers. The 7-inch I just showed you is a split thing with Lollygaggers, but the main thing is the Middle Age Queers singing Size Queen. That's a great song. I discovered this band, the Middle Age Queers, at a punk rock bowling event. I bought this record from them. I had them autograph it. I don't know, I think, is this a Motley Crue thing? You tell me. You don't have to tell me nothing. You don't have to leave comments or anything like that. I'm just showing weird stuff. Like Operations, Yar's Revenge. Now we're on to the Middle Age Queers. Anyway, these guys, and I don't know, there's a couple of girls in this. Anyway, they sound like a punk rock band from the 80s that would have been popular if they could transport themselves back to the 80s, but times have changed, and so the middle-aged queers are not as popular as they should be, and that's really too bad. Those songs are catchy. Every song is different from the other one. They're fun to listen to, and they're so much fun to listen to that I also bought their new release, Shout at the Hetero. I think this is also a Motley Crue type situation. The song Surrender Dorothy is really, really long on this thing. But diversity is all the rage on this thing. Yeah, that's what I got to say about this. Diversity is all the rage on this crazy punk rock record by the Middle Age Queers. Here is the lyric sheet. Here's what the record looks like. And you should not be afraid to pick it up. They're from Oakland, California, and they're a lot of fun to listen to, especially when you're driving to work. You get to work in a great mood after listening to Size Queen by the Middle Age Queers. That's the end of this video. I've run out of ideas. A Squealer Grind. Wow. I'm glad they came to Detroit once again. I had a great time. I did. I had a great time at that show. It was so much fun. And the place was sold out. And for what they sound like, it doesn't make any sense that they would sell out. But when you see the video, you understand why a bunch of people showed up. Because the band is out of sight. The energy they put forth is insane. And it has people stage diving who, due to weight gain, shouldn't be stage diving, but they do it anyway, and you just kind of get out of their way. All right, that's it. That's my I guess vinyl fines or something. I don't know. I'm just showing you my nonsense. Good night.